Does a base damage. See, people don't believe me when I say I lag.
I'll get that spooky ghost boy.
How's it going, everyone? Ghost here, back with another Valorant guide. This guide is going to be about RAZE. Alright, let's get right into this. First up, RAZE's first ability is her Boombot. So she has one charge of this and it costs 300 credits. Her Boombot is basically a Roomba that explodes upon detecting enemies. So basically a Roomba pretty much. Once it detects trash, it explodes. So what you want to do is pull out your Roomba, just like this, your Boombot, and then you'll have a line to see where it will go. It also shows you like if it will not continue going forward. So you see this box, it will like hit the box if I place it down there, but it will continue going in that line if I like place it there. So you can have a bit of wiggle room like on corners and stuff, but just be aware that, you know, if you're right on an edge and the arrows aren't going all the way to the next wall, then your Roomba is going to probably bounce off it. I should probably stop calling this as a Roomba, it's a bad habit. Anyway, so what you want to do is just place it down straight away, left click, and it goes forward. You can destroy it if you see it coming towards you. Once it detects an enemy, it will charge towards them and explode. You can shoot it out before it even detects you. You can shoot it out while it detects you. Pretty basic ability really, just you have one charge of this and you can bounce it off surfaces, you can drop it on areas below you, you can also put it on surfaces above, so just like that. Just do a jump and then place, so you have your Boombot down there. So yeah, hers is a pretty basic ability, just Boombot, good for clearing corners, place it down and it will detect anyone on this area of the wall. And it goes for a while. This is how long it goes for, so you know. Once it doesn't detect anyone, it will just self-destroy. It won't explode, it will just like collapse, like it will have a seizure and then just collapse. But if it does detect someone, it will do damage to them, or it can do damage to multiple people. It will do splash damage. Alright, so I have a test dummy here with me once again. I'm going to use my abilities on that test dummy just to show you how the abilities react. So, with RAZE's Boombot, I'm going to bounce it off this wall here, well this box here, and then it doesn't detect anyone until it actually gets them in their line of sight. So once it does detect them, it'll run towards them really quickly and then explode. So, it sees them, jumps up, and explodes, just like that. Doesn't kill them on the first go, but it does make them low. It used to, but Valorant nerfed that as well, so it doesn't kill you on the first go if you have 150 health. So now the enemy is going to destroy my Boombot, so I'll show you guys what that looks like. Text them, they can shoot it out really easily. Pretty simple. RAZE is a pretty simple agent. I recommend playing her or Phoenix as a starter agent if you're starting out. Like, you don't get RAZE instantly, you have to unlock her, but if you have the opportunity to unlock her and you want to play a duelist, I recommend her because she's a pretty easy agent, but, you know, don't always just go duelists. Try out playing other people, you know. Alright, so let's talk about RAZE's second ability now. Her second ability is called Blast Pack. She has 2 charges of these and costs 200 credits each. So her Blast Pack is basically a blast pack. So you throw down a blast pack, has a timer, and then it explodes. You can also remote detonate it, so just whatever your activation key is, just press it again and it explodes. So you can set it off before the timer goes off. Her blast pack is good for pushing enemies off the bomb, doing a little bit of damage, but mainly for RAZE to get into different positions, just like that. So her blast pack is really good to get into different positions. Fuck, I messed that up. So you have 2 charges of these and you can do pretty neat satchel jumps. So if I was attacking and I wanted to get a heaven take, I could satchel and then I just get this really easily. So RAZE's satchel pack is mainly used for mobility. So just like that. You have to do them pretty quickly if you want to use them both at the same time. So it's one click to deploy it and one click to detonate it. So you got to do deploy, detonate, detonate. And you can get pretty good range and mobility if you're really good with her satchel packs. Alright, so now I'm going to throw a satchel at the enemy RAZE just to see how it does. Just to see what it does to them. So throw a satchel, it can stick to their face so they can run around with it on, they can't take it off, and then eventually it'll explode. It also bounces them back, so I throw it on the ground. It bounces them back, bounces me back more than it bounces the enemy back, so you can't, the enemy can't satchel off your satchel packs. Neither can your teammates. Only the RAZE that deploys them can satchel off them. So yeah, it doesn't kill them, but it does do damage if it is directly on them. So the enemy RAZE is going to throw a satchel at me now. The RAZE threw the satchel and then explodes, and it does barely any damage. It doesn't hurt that much unless you're on really low health. Alright, and RAZE's signature ability, Paint Shells, is basically a grenade. So it's a grenade. Once exploded, it'll form into a bunch of smaller grenades, so it's easy to just show you because, you know, fuck explaining. Throw your grenade, explodes, and then miniature grenades also explode around it. So it does base damage, and then it does splash damage, just like that. So it's good for clearing out corners or even clearing out large areas, just like under here. You don't know where they are, you can just throw it there. May not get anyone on the first go, but once the other grenades spawn, you could get someone around here, you could get someone back here, you know. It's really good for clearing out corners and cubby areas and stuff. Alright, now RAZE's ultimate ability, Showstopper. So RAZE's ultimate ability is 8 ult points, which was nerfed because it was usually 7, I think, and then they nerfed it to 8. So her Showstopper is basically a bazooka. Yep, a bazooka. Just like that. It is literally a bazooka. So you can have your ultimate out, you can also re-equip it, you can pull your gun out, and then you can also re-equip it, so just like that. But the fuse does run out, so you can't run around the whole map with it activated like Jet's knives. So yeah, you got to use it pretty quickly. So it's good for pushing onto site or something, or if you know people are defusing, you can activate it and then just shoot it, you know. You can also do some satchels with it. So I don't know why I'm trying to parkour, I can just satchel up here. So with RAZE's Showstopper, you activate it, throw down some satchels, and then you can shoot if you want to get some range, just like that. So RAZE's ultimate can be used as a third boost pretty much. So you can do your satchel, and then if you want to get somewhere again, just ult and you'll get pushed back even more. But you know, that's up to you. I'd personally use it as a damage kind of thing because you could potentially get an ace with it instead of just using it as a third satchel, but you know, situational, completely up to you. You can also die by it as well, so if you ult yourself, let me just turn on auto respawn. So if you ult yourself, you'll do damage, you can also die, so just like this. You can kill yourself with your own ult, so just be careful, you want to use it at a far range, not too close quarters. Now I'm going to use my ultimate ability on the enemy RAZE, so I'll just shoot it next to her, so just here. And since it does a lot of splash damage, you just have to shoot it near the person. You don't have to do it directly on them and it will kill them. So even if I aim right there at that box, it'll kill them because the splash damage. If it is a direct hit, well then, good job. So that's the RAZE guide. I hope you guys found that useful. I hope you learned something from that. If you did, you know, maybe give it a like on the video, maybe subscribe, you know, do that good stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.